Welcome back to the channel. William here with East Mesa Urban Homestead. So I had a visit yesterday from Jerry from All Purpose Mom. She's over in Glendale, Arizona, and she's got a great garden going on over there. She came over, interviewed me, and took some video of my garden and my hens over here. So be looking for that video tomorrow on her channel. I'll leave a card at the end of the video and I'll leave it down in the description. Around here in Arizona, the triple digits are here. We've only had 3 triple digits as of yesterday. But going forward, we are going to be having triple digits probably for the remainder of about 4 more months. So we're into triples, and you know, it's going to get hot and warm around here. So I want to go over some things with you that I do for my chickens to keep them nice and cool during the hot summer months. So let's go take a look at what I do to keep my girls laying eggs. All right, so how do I keep my chickens cool? So I have a waterer right here. It's got 3 nipples on the end, and obviously you want to make sure they have clean water every single day, but sometimes I'll put some ice cubes in here, just, you know, in the late part of the day. Maybe get like a Gatorade bottle and freeze it and put it inside of there so that water stays nice and cool. I don't know if it really makes a difference, but I think what really does make a difference is I'm going to show you right now. So let's go take a look. So this is the main way I keep the hens cool, right here. This is a Mason mixing tote, or whatever you want to call it. It's about 6 inches deep, and this is what I use. I fill this up, you know, pretty much to the top, and I put it actually inside of the coop in there during the summertime, and they stand in it, they drink in it, and they will obviously poop in it. And there's my new girls right there. But they will stand in this because chickens will dissipate their heat through their feet. They don't sweat. Their feathers are warm, or help keep them warm, so they don't really get rid of any heat that way. It's pretty much through their feet. So if you've ever held a chicken and they jump on your arm, you can really feel the heat on their feet. So this is how I do it. And I also have 2 of these little saucers that go underneath the a pot like that, you know, but these are like an 18-inch, but I keep these filled. I keep these 2 right here, and I come out every morning and I fill them up, and they stand in it, and you know, they drink out of it. But again, you have to remember that they are chickens, and they're going to poop wherever they want. So they'll stand on the edge of this and they'll poop in it, and you know, it gets kind of smelly, so you have to clean it out every single day in order for it to stay nice and fresh for them. But even if you missed a day, they'll still stand it, and they'll probably still drink it. But alternate water sources, I have the one right there with the 3 nipples on it, this one right here, and these 2 right here. It's plenty of water. I do keep water out here now that I have the fence up, and this dual purpose, and that is for the wild birds, you know, the regular birds flying around, and it's also because if they ever got out of here with the fence up, there's no water source over there. So at least they'd have a water source. So that's how I keep my girls laying eggs in the summertime and keep them alive and help keep them cool. So here's another thing that I do to help keep the chickens cool, and especially this is more for at nighttime, is I have this small fan right here that I have angled up towards the perches. So I have this on, you know, usually all day long in the summertime, but it's primarily for at nighttime to get some air circulation in there. The other thing that you want to do if you are going to get chickens and you're going to build your own coop, or you're looking at purchasing one, is you want to make sure that there's plenty of ventilation. So as you can see up here, okay, my whole coop, the part that's enclosed, is open, and it's like that on both sides of here. And then the other thing that I did was I drilled holes up in here for them to be able to have airflow through here. So right now the wind is coming from the west, which is behind me, and it's hitting this this part of the coop, so it's keeping it cool in there. The other thing is I always keep the coop open, so there's always a way for them to get in and out, and this is even at nighttime. Now I do have this capability to put them in there and lock them in there, and I used to do that at first, but you know, I don't really have natural predators here. I mean, cats don't mess with them. I don't have raccoons, I don't have coyotes. I don't have possums and things like that really. So for the most part, I don't have any real predators here. So that's what I do to keep my girls nice and cool in the summertime. You know, I've looked up on the internet before I actually got my girls here, and you know, people do all kinds of crazy things. Like they do put the Gatorade bottles, they'll put them in the nesting boxes, they'll throw them in the runs, and you know what? I tried that. It doesn't really work. They've never sat on them. They've never laid on them. Other people will take ice cubes and put like fruit in them, or they'll put it in a bucket and freeze the bucket with some fruit in it. You know, and that's kind of fun, you know, for the chickens to kind of play with it. But I really don't think that they're going to attack those things like, you know, people think they will. I'm sure they'll eat what's in there once it starts to thaw out, but I really think that's kind of a waste of time. But this is what I do for my girls, and it was very successful last year. And I think as long as they got a place to get shade, which I'm under this giant Chinese elm tree here, they're going to have enough. They're going to have enough shade. They're going to have enough cool places to go, and that water really helps out. So I hope this helps you out. If, like I said, if you're going to be here in Arizona and you're deciding to get some chickens, whether you're in an urban homestead or elsewhere, you always got to think about what kind of chickens you're going to have. And you also want to make sure that you have a place for them to stay cool in these hot temperatures here, because you know, here in Phoenix, we can get up to 118, 120 at times. You know, typically it's around 110, and that's pretty warm. So till next time, I'm out here.